I've returned back to Budby, and in view of the thinning works, in inverted commas, that's going on, I thought it'd be best, in case it gets trashed, to document the area where I spent 4 days looking for an extremely rare assassin bug. I'm retracing my steps on the find of Coranus Ethiops. Well, I see they've already been and trimmed these path edges. It's never been done before on Budby. There's heather here. Was. Getting a little bit leggy now. But they've cut it down too much, too close to the ground. And they're trying to make a lawn. Once heather gets leggy, as in this stage, like this, it doesn't grow back. When we come next year and have a look at this will be grass on the right of this screen, because heather can't seed like this. Needs bare ground to seed, really, and to seed with any great effect. So, even more heather lost. Well, this is the area in which Dillis and I found a female Coranus species a number of years ago. I seem to think it was 2015 offhand, I can't remember. And where that was found was in front of the stump that you can see on the left of the screen, and it was beating off some tall heather on the left of the screen. The heather's just been taken out, and after a number of years and the identity of the Coranus that we found being uncertain, because it was black-bellied species, and in the UK the only black-bellied species known, or unknown for many years until specimens were re-examined from Thorn Moors, was Coranus Ethiops, which, according to the experts, shouldn't even touch any site like Budby, because this isn't the known habitat for Ethiops. Earlier on this year, I made fresh attempts to look for this species. We needed a male, and here's a clip of how I got on. I've got said beating tray today, hoping to beat the Coranus species, which is an assassin bug. And the Coranus species that's been found on here before is black on the underside and is likely to be Coranus Ethiops. grubbing again. You might see a lot of this in this video. So you probably need to hope that I find one of these things sooner rather than later. But I'll be damned if I can find this Coranus. Why do invertebrates have to be so small? Finally found some where that looks promising. Well, today I've come back to Budby, still after Coranus, what we believe is Coranus ethiops. But in order to confirm it, we need a specimen, and it has to be a male. The next option is hands and knees, what we term grubbing. Such a method, I think leaf litter might be best. If we can find some areas of dry leaf litter, that might be best, because the one time, or one of the two times we found Coranus, it was as a nymph actually in South Forest Country Park, and it was in leaf litter. It was on bare ground in amongst leaf litter, and it suddenly appeared. Another day, same place, same kind of weather, and same quarry. This is day 4 in the quest for Coranus, either Subapterus or hopefully Coranus ethiops. Grubbing time. Just had a little look along the path edges, and I think I've just come in away from the path. Try and find some heather to lift where it's dry underneath. Would you believe it? Got one. And this is it. And this is a male Coranus, and you can see how black it is underneath. An adult male. Females are much broader on the abdomen, and it was just, let's just put a top on this. Four bloody days. Well, right at the start of it, and it was in here. I lifted this heather up here and looked in there, and it was just sat in that little bit of leaf litter. The important thing is that we found one and that it's a male, because the females, I think you've got to go along down the lines of DNA. But that is it. Well, who'd have thought it? At the fourth attempt, the quest for Coranus is at an end. So after 4 visits this year, but numerous visits over the preceding years, since we found this unknown Coranus, I eventually found a male from the base of the heather just in front of the tree. Hours and hours of field work it took, grubbing around on hands and knees. I think many people would have given up. But perseverance, or as I used to say to the others, patience and persistence. And it paid off. And a male was found and sent off to be examined. So, after being examined by 2 people more knowledgeable than myself, it was confirmed as being Coranus aethiops. And Budby South Forest is now confirmed as only the 2nd known site for the species in the UK. There is a report being published in some entomological journal outlining the find. Whether anyone in management ever reads it is another matter. News of the find Dillis and myself made a number of years ago, been on the website for many years. Wasn't as if the information and the record was ever kept quiet. None of our records have ever been kept quiet, and all finds that were photographed have been on the website. Some species just coming up to 25 years now. But when site management is conducted, you begin to question whether they've even looked or done any research, or desktop research I think is the technical term that they use. Basically means Googled, and I don't think any is. So one of the big bones of contention is that work gets done and nobody takes the time out to do a bit of research to see if it'll affect anything. Don't even get contacted. Should it have been my place to have reported the find? Can't report everything, but everything we've ever recorded, all 70-odd thousand records, have gone in to our local record centre. Always have done. First port of call. First place to send any record to is your local record centre. The information is there, and it's management's responsibility to check things out, as far as I'm concerned. When you record a lot of stuff and when you find a lot of stuff, they don't like it. It's just a nuisance factor for them. Knowing that from a fact. Sometimes it makes you wonder whether it's worth reporting anything at all that you find. because nothing ever seems to get done or taken into account. Offhand, I can't name an instance where something in the management plan has been altered on the basis of something that's been found. What's the point? So, if you're ever on Heathland and you think, where could I find Coranus? This is the exact habitat in which it's been found, which by all accounts is very different to the habitat on Thorn Moors. Nature doesn't read the books. We write the books, but nature doesn't listen. You can't always go on books as to what is found where and in what habitat. It pays to have an open mind. And this one's, the discovery of Coranus ethiops here, has certainly changed a few minds. But it was nice to end the years-long mystery of the Coranus on Budby.